today I'm making a video about 10 bad things with teaching ESL online. Alright, so in case you've never seen me before, like I said, my name is Carly and I work for 51Talk. It's been the biggest, highest paying online ESL teaching company. I've been working for them for about 3 years now, and I've been teaching offline as well for almost 6 years now. I have some other videos about 51Talk if you want to learn more about it, as well as other online ESL teaching companies, so be sure to check out my channel if you want to learn more about how to teach English online or offline. I live in Spain. I'm making a new video today. I haven't made a new video in a long time. I've been really busy. In fact, right now I'm like sick. I just traveled. I went to Poland and I went to Berlin, and now I'm sick. I really hope you guys like this video. Please like it if you like it, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. But anyway, let's get into it. Let me tell you some bad things about teaching ESL online. And let me just say before I really get started that I hope this does not discourage you from teaching ESL online. This video is more so to let you know what the real scoop is, because it's not all perfect, and I do feel like a lot of people who recruit and refer are not keeping it 100 all the time, because they are thinking about making referral money, or maybe because in their contract they're actually not allowed to say negative things about the company, which is understandable. So anyway, this is just like a general video. I'm not talking about any one company in particular. These are problems that I see with most companies. The problems are from bad to worse. Let me just say that teaching ESL online is still a relatively new and booming business. A lot of things are constantly evolving and changing within the company. It used to be a lot of one-on-one classes, and now it's more typical to have one teacher with like a group of student classes. The first thing I want to say that's really bad about teaching ESL online is that you are literally an edutainer. What's an edutainer? It's the educator, entertainer, put together, edutainer. Duck, duck, duck. I prefer to be a teacher more so than like trying to entertain people, but when you're teaching online, you need to attract the attention of your students. So a lot of the companies look for you to be using props, things you need to buy or have in your house if you have kids. So, I mean, it takes a lot of energy to be like that all day. The higher paying companies usually have students that are children, and you just need to be smiling, have high energy. If you don't want to be using a lot of props, flashcards, you're going to need to search a little harder to work for a company that's geared towards adults. I do have a video about what is the best company to work with adults for, so be sure to check that out. Number 2, students. The students themselves can be horrible. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have students that I love, but here's some different issues with different companies. Flashers. Cambly, check out that video. Yeah, flashers. Bad kids. Kids that literally just are not paying attention to what you're saying. They're not listening to you. They really don't want to be in the class. Their parents are forcing them to be there. Crazy, demanding parents. Parents, I mean, you're just keep in mind that you're dealing with parents probably from a different culture. Most of these companies have students that are based in Asia, and their culture is really different. Some of the parents are really intense. Number 3 is that you need to have really good internet, fast internet, stable internet. You need to have a reliable computer. We probably really need to have 2 computers just in case something happens. And I'm talking about up-to-date computers, like relatively new. All of these platforms require you to have really good technology, so that's a big investment for you if you don't already have it. Number 4 bad thing about teaching ESL online is that in order for you to actually make a substantial income, if you need to work 40 hours a week, you are going to need to work for multiple companies. You're going to need to do your research to figure out how you can work for multiple companies, because some companies do not allow you to work for other companies, and some companies only have peak hours at certain times. So yeah, it's just a good idea in general to work for multiple companies if you're really relying on teaching online for your income, as your sole income. If you're just trying to supplement your income, it's probably not so important. Number 5, I would say, is discrimination. For sure, there is discrimination. For sure, there is discrimination in the online ESL teaching field. I work for 5 Talk specifically because they seem to not discriminate in the same way that I've seen a lot of other companies discriminate. And when I say discriminate, I mean, of course, race, age, or your nationality. Yeah, so if you were born in a native English speaking country, it's going to be a lot easier for you to find work just because you have that passport, just because you were educated in those countries, which is kind of crazy because you can be a native English speaker and have terrible grammar. I mean, but on the converse, the companies don't want to hire non-native English speakers because I think a lot of times they're scared that their level of English is not high enough. But as far as with age, the older you are, the more difficult it probably will be for you. And race, the darker you are, the more difficult it's going to be for you. But it's possible. Obviously, I'm black, so it's definitely possible to get work. Actually, I just kind of combined 5 and 6. Okay, so here's number 7. These companies will change your contract at will if they want. They can just be like, oh, we no longer will offer this incentive, and you are going to get paid like a $1.50 less per hour, and there's nothing you can do about it. And many big companies have done this and do this, and you just have no control. You are a freelancer, independent contractor, but they'll change your contract like when they want to. Yeah, so be sure just to always read your contract, always read your service agreement, try to know what's going on. Right. 8, number 8, I would say is probably not so common, but it does happen, is if you work for a smaller company, you're putting yourself more at risk to get scammed or not be paid at a certain point. I've seen certain companies go under and then end up not paying their teachers money. Yeah, I mean, it happened to me offline, like in Spain. I have a video about it. And I would just say in the end, I couldn't get my money. It was just impossible. So keep that in mind as you're working for a company that's probably not in the same country where you live, where you don't know anything about the laws, how to get a lawyer. How are you going to sue this company if they decide not to pay you? Who are you going to contact if they just decide to block you on Skype, email, Facebook, whatever? They block you everywhere. What are you going to do? I particularly like 5 my company, because it's traded on the New York Stock Exchange. So I feel like they've got a little bit more to lose if they end up not paying all their teachers. I could be wrong, but yeah. Okay. Number 9, which is really bad, is that at any point, if, say, a parent complains about something you did, and the company believes the parent or they want to investigate further, they might say, okay, so you are not going to have any classes until we finish this investigation. We're not paying you. No, you can't get any more classes. And that's just it. That's just it. They can take away your classes at will, and that's your source of income. So, I mean, that's a huge problem, is that they have a lot of control over your classes, when you work, if they take your classes away, if they want to change your pay. I mean, and like I said, this is and has happened with many big online ESL teaching companies I've made videos about. And number 10, they will fire you, of course. They can just say any excuse they want, really, and be like, you're fired. And it has happened. It is happening. So why did I tell you all this? What? Because I want less competition. No, I'm just kidding, just kidding. I told you all this so that you are aware of how the online ESL teaching industry is, so you don't feel bad if any of these things happen to you, so you have an idea of like what it really is, because it looks wonderful at first. You're getting paid a lot of money to teach from your house. You can change your schedule. You have a lot of freedom with that. You are your own boss. Okay, it sounds really great. It is great. But these things are also true. So I would say the biggest thing to take away from this video is that it's a good idea to work for multiple companies. It's a good idea to always be paying attention to what's happening. Try to talk to reliable sources to find out like the real scoop. with what your company is all about. What's happening with me? I'm still working for Travel and Talk. I am looking for other companies right now, and I'm planning to make new videos about other companies. So please be sure to like this video if you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!